Rape culture. Undiscussed, yet greatly immersed in our society. What is rape culture? Well, defined by Marshall University, it is, well, I don't think, if you want to read it, you can read it. But rape culture, in my own words, is the subsections around rape. Rape is much bigger than molestation or sexual assault. It is also the stigmas that come from it. It is the normalization around it. It is how it's institutionalized in our schools, in our businesses. It is how how sexual assault as a whole is accepted and rationalized instead of discussed and gotten rid of. Statistics and facts. It is estimated that only 5% of sexual assaults on college campuses are reported, making sexual assault the most underreported crime. 1 in 5 women and 1 in 16 men are sexually assaulted while in college. I'm sorry, Sweetie.
It's fine.
63% of sexual assaults are not reported to police, and that's more than half. My pitch. I am conducting a scientific study and a case study about rape culture in hopes to enlighten my peers on how rape culture is something used and endorsed by us every day, and also those around us. My key element that I'm looking into is the normalization of sexual assault against women, victim blaming, and the demeaning manner towards men who are sexually assaulted. Rape culture is much bigger than rape. I already gave y'all that little spiel, but it is. My thesis. With numerous tactics used in legal system, educational institutions, classification of women and men, and the actions accepted as normal in our everyday society, rape culture will continue and keep being pushed for the male agenda and building its dominant complex through our society. I say the male dominant complex because the only winner of rape culture is how men are looked at. So if, what I'm saying, like when I say men are demeaned for being raped, I'm saying, let me see if it's on the next slide. Hold on. Yeah, here we go. I'm saying that, we are told boys will be boys, or with men, they are told, if they're sexually assaulted by someone older, they're told they should be lucky that they got to sleep with a teacher or an authoritative figure, somebody who they trust, instead of understanding that that was wrong. And if men are to look at rape as something below them, something that cannot happen to them, then rape should only happen, or the stigma around rape should only happen to women. Meaning, if rape is below men, so are women. Thus, building the male dominance and complex. My organization of the paper. I'm trying to explain rape culture, give facts on rape culture, educate everyone on how it affects our everyday lives and how we can reverse it and get rid of it. I'm focusing on the agenda and effects of rape culture. My greatest tool will be my voice, networking. Networking, I mean, I'm going to reach out to different people. I already have one of my art teachers who looks into statistics of rape, and an artist in Chicago who's making merchandise and other quotes and websites against catcalling. Who knows what catcalling is?
Yo, babe.
Well, then I don't gotta explain. and why? Well, it must be brought to the surface, discussed, and demolished. What women and men go through every day is not talked about. It's just something that we gotta think of as normal. If a favorite thing to say is, dress how you want to be dressed. If this skirt is a little bit above my knee, I don't deserve to be grabbed on or touched on or called out. And I don't really like that schools put that in place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Dress codes.
Because that is only... Oh no! Questions!
Any questions? Let's clap it up. She was done.
I like that picture.
I didn't make the time requirement.
That picture was very good.
Questions?
Oh, I got questions.
That's your phone?
Yeah.
I need you to record.